welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Ormark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And the last video that I did, we're doing Christmas and we're doing Christmas on a budget. And so we're using something from the current catalogue and then whatever we've got in our stash. So punches are really good, really versatile. And we did a Christmas card using these punches. Now, obviously you can punch two out at the same time. So we used the leaf one and we created, just bring it out, we created this card. Very simply using this round inner circle, round a centre sentiment and using some designer series paper. So very simple, few little twinklies on afterwards. You could put ribbon and stuff on, but simple, easy using your punch. So because we stamped all of these ones out, we also had a lot of these as well. So I thought, right, we're going to use these ones and we're going to do something fun with those. So I'm just looking to see, I've got three of those. I should have another red one somewhere. Have I got another red one? Yes, I think I have. I've got some other ones there. But so what we're going to do is we're going to take our piece of designer series paper, any paper you want. I'm choosing something which is a little bit more subtle. So I'm choosing this one, and this is an old paper pack that I've just got some over. It was called Warmth and Cheer Designer Series Paper Pack. It's probably, I don't know, 5 years or so old, but it's like everything. I use a certain amount of it. I always have some left. I don't throw things away. I tend to keep them, and so it's going through my stash. The bow punch, I will leave you a link to my shop down below if you happen to want to buy the bow punch, because it's really versatile. Now, what I've done with this piece of cardstock, we have got, let me just take my piece out of here because I don't want that at the moment. So these are my other pieces that I'm going to put on here. So I've got a square card. It works better with a square on this, but you could do it with a rectangle as well. And all I've done is I've measured the cardstock down by 1/4 inch, and then I've cut a piece of designer series paper, and then I've cut it diagonally in half. So again, you would have two pieces of cardstock if you wanted to, but I just wanted it so that it comes down with a little bit of a border on here, 1/4 inch border, and then you have got yourself just a piece that comes in half. So we can put that down straight away. You can mat them if you want to, but again, we're talking about Christmas on a budget. So if we are trying to be a little bit more frugal, take away one layer and you know you've saved yourself one piece. Again, we have so much in our stash that it really is the time this year particularly, I think, because everybody is, you know, struggling a little bit. Things have gone up, and I know it's right the way across the world. And so people are making handmade cards for Christmas, but don't want to go spending a lot of money. So this is a way of doing it. So we've cut this in half, and we have just cut the piece down there. So it means we can, and the last time I did it with dimensionals, this time I'm not. We are going to put our little buds and things down there in Christmassy colours so that they work really prettily. So let me just put a little bit of wet glue on these. And again, wet glue is a good thing to use because, again, it is fairly inexpensive and you get a lot for your money. So I'm running this so that it comes down like that. So we want red, we'll have gold next. So I'm literally just running my glue down on here. And then I'm going to put this one up so that it comes in on the bottom, and it's going to come along on the line like this. So you've got some on one side and some on the other. And then we've got the green one. Now you can put it at whatever angle you want. I'm just following it along here this time because I just fancied doing that. You can have it sticking out however you want it really. I just wanted to have it like this, but you could, if you wanted to, you know, you could put it in at that sort of angle, however you really want. Oh, I've got, can I take this one off? Oh, I've just realised I haven't done a green. I thought it was a green and I've put a red one down. So we want our green one on next, and then I can put that red one back on again. That's the other thing about wet glue. It does take a moment to adhere completely. So it works almost like a temporary glue to start off with, which means that you've got just a second or two to pick it up. Right, that's my red one that I've just put glue on. So that can come in down on here. And then we want a gold one. You could do this however you wanted actually. You could do it as a border round or do it as a frame round as well. But just with these little pretty colours, it's definitely Christmas because you always think of red and gold and green as being Christmassy. And it's a way of using just tiny little pieces of designer series paper, cardstock, glimmer paper like this, you know, whatever you've got in your stash. It's really about using what you've got and not wasting anything. So trying to get as much as you can out of everything and yet still make fun, exciting cards that everybody's going to be pleased to receive. So, and again, I'm keeping it all at one level so that it's not something that is going to cost an extra bit in postage. So we're going to keep it fairly flat. So this one is going to come in, and I want this to come right down just onto there so that we've now got that border. So that I think looks really pretty, looks quite elegant. And then all we need to do is to put a sentiment up on here. Now what I've done is I have used, these are the, I've kept them out there, the poppy, what are they? Painted label dies that went with the poppy set. So again, look in your dies, see what you've got. These I thought would work perfectly. So with the extra piece of cardstock that I didn't want, I'm going to put that on there, and I'm going to put that on there like that. Again, I could put it up with dimensionals if I wanted to. I don't want to because I want to try and keep it fairly one layer so that it's not going to bump my postage up. So we can put this in on the center. I've stamped it with the Merry Christmas is taken from the, let's get that centered. Whoa, slid that about a bit, didn't I? Let's take that off and do it again properly. Don't talk while I'm trying to do something like that. That's better. Okay, take it down on there. Okay, so I've taken the Merry Christmas from the Scotty Dog set, which is, there we go, Christmas Scotty, and that Merry Christmas. So that's the one that I've taken for this. But again, you know, I know that you will have lots and lots in your stash. So, you know, use what you've got. You don't have to go and get you know, new sentiments and things like that. Just mix and match. Mix your old with your new. Make it go further this Christmas. So this is going to come down in on here. Like that. And again, I'm not putting it up with dimensionals because this time I want it to be, you know, to come quite frugally. Now, I'm just seeing what I've got over. and it might actually just look quite nice just with two. My finger's a bit sticky, with two green like that. Do I like that? Do I want to do it with one green? And do I want to put these ones down in here? No. I'm just going to do, I think I'm going to do two green on there. I'm going to leave that blank. You know that thing of less is more. I could leave it just like that, but I do think I want to just add a little bit because I've got them over. If I didn't have them over, I wouldn't, but I have got these. So we're going to have one just coming up. I think I'm going to have it fairly straight like that, just in on the corner. So one coming that way, and we're going to have the other one, and we're going to have it in green because my sentiment is in green, and I think that that will work quite nicely on there. So let's put this one up like that and put that in that way. There we go. So we've got, again, fairly simple, nothing overly fancy on it, but you can see how you've got that really prettiness. And again, if you wanted to add some little twinklies on this one to brighten it up, you could do. So let me have a look and see what I've got and how much, because these are all things that I've got over. So it's not as if I'm using something special. These are all ones that I've got over. However, these ones, champagne rhinestones, we've still got those. They would actually work quite nicely. So let's jazz this piece of paper up a bit. If you used a really fancy piece of Christmas paper, you wouldn't necessarily need to do that. Because I haven't, I'm going to, and I've got lots of these little ones. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put... try and put them in on the just on the crossover pieces of some of these. Got quite a bit of glue on here, but I think that this will just make it, just jazz it up a bit. That's on there. So this can then come up in on this one. I'm trying to be reasonably frugal with them, but so that comes in on there. So it's coming up so that it comes quite evenly spaced there. And again, if you've got a bit of a pattern on your paper, you can just, you know, jazz it up a bit with some pretties. So we'll put this one there. So it's quite easy to get them exactly spaced right because of the design of this paper. So I can put it in so I know that I'm putting it exactly in the right part, and then just bring it up on each one. So this one then needs to come up into that there. That comes up in on there, and I'm going to have another one just up there like that. I don't think that would come there, wouldn't it? So it's too tight. That works exactly right. So you can see on that, it's just added a little bit of extra, still keeping it fairly clean and simple though, which I think works quite well with something like this. As I say, you could put a few little ones in there, but you then start to over egg it. I think with the colour and things, it looks pretty, it looks simple, very pretty. So thank you so much for watching me. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye bye.